hindi ko maintindihan yung logic why you would provide wrong coordinates. Because if I provide a wrong coordinate at walang makita doon, ghost project yon, mas guilty ka. Di ba? Mas guilty yung ahensya, mas guilty yung mga kasama sa DPWH doon.
In the first place, it is not actually correct to say that what we have submitted are wrong coordinates. These are correct coordinates.
Senator Bam Aquino is recognized.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. My first set of questions tungkol po dun sa coordinates, no? Let me ask you, Sec Bernabe. So you're confirming na yung first set of coordinates merong mali, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. And that created or that led to 421 projects na nilista natin na ghost or substandard. Correct?
Yes, correct, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Hindi ko kasi maintindihan ano yung motivation for providing wrong coordinates. Because, syempre, we're saying the former leaders of DPWH provided wrong coordinates. Pero ang magiging output po niyan, may mga lugar na akala nyo ghost project, pero yun pala mali yung mga lugar. So in short, it would create more problems for them. Kasi mas lalaki yung number of ghost projects. Correct, no? Tama ba ako?
Tama, Mr. Chair.
Tama. So, hindi ko maintindihan yung logic why you would provide wrong coordinates. Because if I provide a wrong coordinate at walang makita doon, ghost project yon, mas guilty ka. Di ba? Mas guilty yung ahensya, mas guilty yung mga kasama sa DPWH doon. So, I'm trying to understand, can you hazard a guess why they would put in wrong coordinates?
Mr. Chair, perhaps we can ask
Secretary, you may, but alam ko you answered this already earlier, right?
Yes, Your Honor. I think, in the first place, it is not actually correct to say that what we have submitted are wrong coordinates. These are correct coordinates, but for purposes of planning.
So meaning wala pa pong nabubuo.
These are locational coordinates, Your Honor. There are locational coordinates. Now, the other coordinates that we are talking about are coordinates for contracting purposes.
Hindi ho ba magkaparehas ang locational tsaka ang contractual
Kung
coordinates?
minsan hindi ho yung locational is where the project is located, and then the other one is actually yung as-stake plan. That is the purpose of actually, then it could differ from the locational coordinate and actually the
Okay.
actual contract coordinates.
Okay, Secretary, hindi ho ba ang locational coordinate is a specific point, di ba?
No.
Pero syempre, pag pumunta ka na doon, siguro naman within your eyesight, makikita mo yung
Yes.
proyekto, di ba? So it should be within that vicinity.
Yes, Your Honor. It is actually where the project, what town, anong province, and anong river nandoon.
Okay, but ganun po ka general?
Yes, Your
What
Honor.
river? Hindi anong part of the river?
Yes, for purposes of planning, Your Honor.
Okay. Yusek Bernabe, my concern is that naglabas po kayo sa publiko 421 projects na alanganin. And now we're saying, ops, teka lang, hindi yan 421, actually, mas mababa yan. Correct, yan ang mangyayari, no? Hindi naman yan dadami, mas kukonti yan.
That is correct, Mr. Chair. That is correct.
And ang takot ko, yung publiko na ngayon pa lang mababa na ang tiwala sa atin, baka ang isipin nila, nag-cover up tayo. Kasi yung 400 noon na binalandra natin ngayon, sabihin mo ng 200 na lang, 150 na lang, ibig sabihin yan, mas konti yung mga alanganing nahanap. Are you thinking of that? Naiisip niyo po ba yun na baka yun ang dating sa tao na may tinatago tayo, sinabi na nating 400, ngayon babalik tayo, 300 lang pala, 200 lang pala.
Yeah, of course, Mr. Chair. No? Kaya lang po, that's why we used at the onset, I suspected ghost projects. Suspected pa lang po dahil subject of validation.
Okay.
Of course, after validation, kung naman meron po nakitang structure, then of course, our hands are tied. We will have to cross that out.
Okay.
And,
Yusek, my suggestion, and of course the committee is here to accept the data, is kung dun sa 421, maging malinaw tayo, at ilagay talaga natin nasaan yung proyektong nahanap ninyo kumpara sa bawat coordinate na binigay natin dun sa 421. Diba? Kung babawasan natin yan, dapat malinaw na ang coordinate na ito, ang proyektong nagawa pala ay nandito, and that should be within the same municipality, the same town, or even the same river system. Correct, Yusek, no?
Tama, Mr. Chair. Ganyan din po ang gagawin ng ICI and ng DPWH when it comes with its final report
Okay.
on the 421.
So I suggest that you don't just come up with a new list. You refer to the first list and explain per item kung saan nahanap yung proyekto. Because I remember in one of the previous hearings, one of the resource persons was adamant, I'm not sure if that was Secretary Bonoan, no? Was adamant na hindi, may project dyan, no? And it turns out na mukhang meron nga, no? Is that correct, Yusek?
Possibly, Mr. Chair. Kaya po kami natagalan kasi po we were taking it case-to-case basis. Just also to avoid na baka po may nagtuturo lang na, just to say na meron dyan proyekto pero hindi naman pala talaga yun yung corresponding project of that contract ID. So we have to be very careful also in analyzing each contract, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so do you have a timeline kung kailan nyo mailalabas yung bagong datos ng mga ghost at substandard projects?
Within the first quarter, Mr. Chair.
March? First quarter is March.
Latest na po, Mr. Chair.
Sorry?
As soon as practicable, we will have it maybe in the next month po, Mr. Chair.
Okay, but I suggest you come up with that list as soon as possible and ma-explain ninyo sa bawat tinanggal ninyo doon sa 421, dapat merong explanation rin yan na saan nagkamali doon sa datos. Because again, I'm just warning you na ang tiwala sa hindi lang sa inyo, sa ating lahat sa gobyerno napakababa. 'Di ba? Baka ang automatic na iisipin ng mga tao may tinatago tayo. So, for your information.
Your Honor. Your Honor.
Yes. Yes, sorry po. Yusek Estrada.
Nagtatanong po kayo ano yung possible purpose or motive ng pagbibigay ng maling coordinates. Sa tingin ko po ito eh. Ito po yung kung ano po yung situation natin ngayon.
Meaning na magulo lang.
Na magulo lang. And yung credibility po ng lahat ng involved ay mawala sa ating publiko.
Okay. That's possible, no? Okay, thank you for that. Okay, let me ask about the budget process very quickly kay Acting Secretary Toledo. So dito po sa Senado, we've been doing our best for the 2026 budget na baguhin yung mga proseso namin. For the first time, at least habang senador po ako, yung mga kapwa senador po natin on the record, sinabi kung ano yung mga proyektong ilalagay sa budget that was done. We saw that here. If I'm not mistaken, that was the first time in history. Naging transparent po yung ating BICAM. It was live streamed. No? Of course, Senator Gatchalian was under a very stressful time. Nauubo pa rin ngayon sa stress. Hindi pa rin tapos yung stress niya. Pero we did our best po to do the reforms. Now, may I ask, what are the reforms that DBM is doing sa proseso ng pagbuo ng budget? Meron ho ba kayong mga binagong proseso or are you doing the exact same process that you've been doing for the past decades already?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. As mentioned, we've been doing this budget preparation over and over, but we have introduced some reforms as far as the 2027 budget is concerned. One is, sabi ko nga is, doon sa RDC process, we make sure that the RDC process will be undertaken with strict compliance and to be followed. As a matter of fact, together with our counterpart at DepDep, they have already mentioned that they're scheduled to have a hearing at the RDC by February up to March. So that's one. Second is the complete listing of the projects as far as, well, in this particular case, the DPWH, that they have to have that listing of projects as far as probably by district and by district if possible. So that we have to, of course, para malaman natin talaga na mayroon siyang listahan ng project. At the same time, what we have already adopted is yung coordinates. Yes, that's supposed to be attached to the project listing. So that's one. Those are some of the reforms. And of course, yung Citizens participation kasi, one of that is under our budget call is yung citizens engagement, the making sure that citizens are actively participating in the process of identifying programs and projects.
You know, Secretary Toledo, kaya naman eh. No, I think the 2026 budget, no matter how painful the process was in the last few weeks, it shows na kaya naman gawin yung reforma, no? And both houses can actually get to a place na magiging normal yung mas transparent na mga proseso. Yung mga farm-to-market roads na pinag-usapan po dito, na ngailangan ng coordinates, no? Senator Kiko, that was the rule that Senator Kiko had suggested. Merong coordinates, kung merong proyekto, kailangan ng resolusyon mula sa LGU, and so on and so forth. And that was basically done just in the last maybe two months or 3 months since the budget arrived here at the Senate. But ngayong 2026, simula pa lang, maybe we can start to institute this much earlier. Kumbaga, pwede na ho tayo magmatigas even from now. DBM, pag ginawa niyo yung NEP, kailangan yung mga proyekto dyan, kompleto lahat ng paperwork, kailangan identified ahead of time, kailangan may RDC approval. And then, i-minimize talaga natin yung mga nasisingit. No? I'll be honest with you, even some agencies until the last minute, sumusubok na magsingit ng mga, hindi naman masama yung proyektong sinisingit nila, but the process by which they were doing it, huling-huli na rin. No? So I'm hoping that as we improved for the 2026 budget, we can improve even further for the 2027 budget. Maaga pa lang, transparent na, maaga pa lang, malinaw yung mga proyekto, and if possible, hindi, but if not, dapat extreme urgency lang talaga na may mga bagong proyektong masisingit left and right, no? And that forces us, meaning the legislators, to start the process much earlier and to be transparent with other stakeholders. No? Hindi lang yung galing sa opisina namin, kung hindi, makikita rin ito ng mga mayor, makikita ng mga ahensya, makikita ng mga NGO, ng mga civil society, at magkalantaran tayo kung ano yung mga proyekto. And, you know, in true democratic fashion, ilabas natin sa taong bayan ano yung mga nais nating gustong mapondohan. I don't think that's ever been done in our history. No? I remember Secretary Bunoan in one of our hearings before, nung tinatanong namin siya, sabi niya, "Sir, sa totoo lang, nasa inyo naman yan eh." You remember, Secretary? It's really up to the legislators. No? So, maybe we can be more strict with ourselves. I think here in the Senate, we've shown na may capacity kami to introduce reform. Congress, I think, will surely follow suit also. Magsisimula rin po yan sa inyo, sa NEP, na lahat ng ililista po natin dyan, na pag-aralan, may basis, at hindi po katang-isip lang ng isang grupo o isang tao, talagang napag-usapan talaga at naproseso ng maayos. No? Secretary?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We agree with you definitely, Senator Bam. And as a matter of fact, we will now require also the agencies to publish their proposed budget in their website. So that upon submission, at least alam na ng mga tao na ang kanilang proposal ay nasa amin. At the same time, alam naman ng mga CS or the citizens kung ano yung pinopose nila. Kasi ang nangyari ngayon po, they just submit to us what is submitted to us only. Ang nakikita na lang po ay yung NEP. So you will also know kung ano yung mga na-disapprove during the budget process with our deliberation. So yung po isang mga initiative namin so that we want to make it more transparent in terms of not just the submission but also the process that we've done.
Yung RDC process, it's not perfect. No, it's not perfect, but palagay ko yung napag-uusapan ng iba't ibang stakeholder will yield better projects. No?
Yes.
That's my belief. I don't think it's a perfect process. Alam ko may mga na-hijack rin na RDC, but it's a better process than sa dulo kanya-kanyang insertion, di ba? Itong RDC, will you also publish at the RDC? So DBM will be part of this, the RDC discussions?
Yes, Mr. Chair, but the secretariat there is the DepDep.
Okay.
Secretariat. But yes, Mr. Chair, I guess it would be good that our DC process will also be published and it's available for public scrutiny.
And tama, no, Secretary, pag RDC, kahit sinong mamamayan pwede mag-suggest ng proyekto. Correct, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair, but I guess through some proponents because we cannot just accommodate all citizens in just one sitting for the RDC, but there's someone has probably sponsored or through the CSO process or the citizens civil society organization.
Okay, so ang alam ko, and correct me if I'm wrong, sa RDC process, yung mga LGU, magbibigay ng kanilang suggested projects, CSOs might also suggest, the provincial and even congressmen and senators are
Yes, Mr.
allowed
Chair.
to engage in that process.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And from that process, magde-decide yung RDC. Who chairs the RDC, by the way? Is it DepDev or the governor? Or sorry, it's DepDev yata, no?
DepDev is the secretariat, but the chair is normally the
Governor.
governor.
Okay, na nagro-rotate, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so I really suggest that as a response to what's happening or to what has happened, mas strengthen natin yung RDC process. And the metric that we can look at is anong porsyento ng mga proyekto, let's say infra na muna, anong porsyento ng mga infra projects yung may RDC approval at anong porsyento yung wala. No? That can be a guiding metric for us. In one of the previous hearings, nung tinanong ko si Engineer Alcantara, no? Kung anong proyekto yung may RDC at wala, parang nabanggit niya na through the years, lumiliit yung nagmula sa RDC at lumalaki yung mula sa mga legislador. Do you remember that, Engineer Alcantara?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, di ba? Nabanggit mo yun noon, no? So, ibig sabihin, sa kanyang scope of responsibility, naging majority ng mga proyekto galing talaga sa legislador, hindi na galing sa RDC, no? In my first term, I remember the majority of projects would come from the RDC process at mas maliit lang yung mga galing sa mga legislators. Through the years, parang bumaliktad yon. Lumaki yung galing sa legislador, lumiit yung galing sa proseso na mas maraming involved the stakeholder. I hope we can reverse that. And that can be a guiding metric kasi right now, ang metric natin, of course, magkano yung na-allocate sa mga ahensya. Ang metric natin, meron bang nalagay na bagong line item in the BICAM? Maybe we can use as a metric also for the succeeding budget. Sa mga infra projects, ilan ba dyan ang dumaan sa proseso? At ilan ba dyan yung last minute na pinasok? Now, hindi naman lahat ng yan ay masama, pero as a guiding principle, dapat most of our infra projects should go through the right process. Now, am I making sense, Secretary Toledo?
Yes, definitely, Senator Senator Aquino. Yes, as a matter of fact, we have the form that is provided for us that's supposed to be filled up by the department agency as to how much has been acknowledged and included in the budget through the RDC process. That is what BP Form D or C. Okay. And at the same time, we also have a form that also informing what has been accommodated through the through CSO participation. So, yes, you're right in that direction, Mr. Senator.
May I suggest, Secretary, na habang budget call pa lang, meron na kayong agreed on metric. Dapat, kunyari, 90% RDC approval or 80% RDC approval. Okay. Dapat X% dyan, nanggaling sa ganito. And hindi ko naman papangunahan po yung leadership dito, but I would think we would be very open to supporting that. No? Of course, the chairman is here. Na isa rin yan sa mga hahanapin nating goals for the 2027 budget. So I have a question. So,
Okay.
so kayo po, you can make that as a metric, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Senator. Yes, Mr. Chair.
But whose
Just-
support do you need para hanggang sa pinakadulo ay masusunod yung metric na yan?
Okay. What is critical here, Mr. Chair, is the adoption of the agency's central office of those regional development council endorsement. Because at the bottom line, Mr. Chair, is what has been being proposed is through the central office, which the secretary or the head of the agency who approves the proposal. So yung po siguro ang kailangan po natin na dapat magkaroon tayo ng assurance also from the agency central office or the secretary head or the secretaries to really adopt what has been approved through the RDC
Okay.
process.
So kung infra yan, it's the
Yes.
Secretary Dizon and sila Yusek are here representing them, no? May I get a comment? Is it Yusek Bernabe or Yusek Bisnar speaking for the agency today? Yusek Bernabe. Basically, ang sagot po ni Secretary Toledo, kung yung secretary ay susunod dito sa RDC approval, then mas masisigurado natin yan. Any comment po?
Yes, Mr. Chair. The Secretary has been reiterating this also as a matter of policy of the agency that moving forward, all projects would be required to have RDC approval and recommendation.
I suggest that you also work with the legislative branches, no? So Congress and the Senate, na pati kami. Kumbaga pati kami dapat magpasailalim dyan. No? And we can minimize yung mga last minute na mga lalabas na mga proyekto. And if we can minimize that at dumaan sa proseso, I think the quality of our projects talagang makikita natin para sa tao yan. Diba? You agree, Yusek Bernabe?
Totally, Mr. Chair. We agree
Okay.
totally.
And yes, Secretary Toledo?
Yes, Mr. Chair, just to note that maaring hindi lahat ma-accommodate yung RDC indoors, but what we want to make sure is kung ano yung nasa NEP ay dapat may RDC indoors. Kasi sa dami po ng demand and of course sa dami ng mga proposal, we cannot just accommodate all.
So your goal is 100% of the NEP infra dumaan sa RDC?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. And do you have a number in previous years? What did we achieve in previous years?
That's around only 20 to 30%, Mr. Chair, as far as the RDC indoors projects are included in the NEP.
So currently we're at 20%.
20,
And
yes,
we want to
30.
go to 100%.
Making sure
Is that correct?
Well, yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
20% ang galing. So this is the 2025 or 2026 budget?
2025 to 2026 proposed
Okay.
project.
So ang nais natin, and I want this on the record, no, ang nais natin, sa NEP pa lang, ako nga, majority, you're saying 100% dapat may RDC approval yung mga proyekto. Correct, no? That's what you're saying.
But sometimes, Mr. Chair, our programs and projects sometimes are coming from the central office. So I would like to correct myself that the 100% is, I think, it's not.
Okay. Tanong ko to.
Majority of, yes, that's a good
Okay.
word for achieving the RDC
But
recommendation.
hindi ba kung central office rin yan, hindi ba magre-reflect rin yan sa mga regional concerns? Hindi ba? Secretary Bonoan?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, let me share with you actually what's being practiced.
Sige po.
Actually. Since under this administration, we're talking about allocation, the allocable amounts per region. This is not for any political allocation, but this is for regional development. And in that, in the formulation of the projects under the core program of the department, we have seen to it that all the projects that will get into the allocation will have to be coming from the Regional Development Council infrastructure program. They have to pick that out from the list of projects that were already included in the Regional Development Council program. And we require all the regional offices and the district offices to certify that the projects that they have included into their program actually came from the Regional Development Council program.
Okay. Pero yung porsyento po niyan,
70%.
70%.
Yes, Your Honor. Because the 30%, well, the 30% is actually a continued assistance under the Mandanas Law.
Okay.
Because, Your Honor, when we formulated the budget under this administration, it was supposed to be the entire budget of the department should have been devoted to the core program of the department, and that is for National Roads Management and Flood Management Program only. But then, when I asked the president what will we do with the Mandanas law, and he said because shall we continue with it? And he said yes, let's continue with it because you don't expect that the local governments have enough revenues because of the pandemic. It was at that time when this administration took over, the economy of the government was at the lowest because of the pandemic and the international uplifts.
Okay, thank you, Secretary. Let me ask Yusek Bernardo. Sir, yung mga proyektong nabanggit ninyo or napag-usapan nyo sa affidavit na may mga porsyentuhan, were these projects duman ba to sa RDC? Or were these insertions? Were they purely from legislators? I mean, just to your memory, Mr. Bernardo.
I think, Mr. Chair, most of those projects came from the RDC. However, there were lists that came out from the BICAM na later on po, pag lumabas doon, we require the district engineers or the regional directors to get clearance from the RDC or the local government.
So, nire-reverse nyo rin yung
Opo.
proseso.
Yes
So,
po.
ibig sabihin, kahit may RDC pa yan, hindi ibig sabihin na napakalinis niyan. May mga galaw-galaw pa rin dyan.
Tama po yun, Mr. Chair, but ang pinag-uusapan po namin dito, ang nabanggit ko po, ay yung pong walang RDC. Yung mga walang RDC po na yun, binabalik namin sa distrito or sa regional director to get clearance from the RDC or else to get clearance from the local government.
Yes.
Meron po kami mga...
So, I'm just trying to correct, no? So, Secretary Toledo, hindi ibig sabihin may RDC ay walang corruption yan. Tama po, Yusek, no? Kahit RDC pa yan, pwede rin niyang may mga porsyentuhan, contractor, and all of that.
Maaari po.
Maaari. So, let me correct that,
Sir Bam,
no? So, hindi
may
rin siya
I just
exactly the same.
intervene, no? Related. Kung lahat ng or majority ng mga proyekto na pinapasok ninyo galing sa RDC, bakit pagka budget season, ba't katakot-takot ang governor, mayor, barangay chairman, andyan sa hallway namin? Kung galing sa RDC, galing sa mga governors, galing sa local development councils, bakit puno yung hallway namin tuwing budget deliberation? Kindly explain. I cannot reconcile.
Well, I think they have other local priorities, probably, Your Honor, that they want to be included in the budget.
No, ang ibig sabihin nun, hindi galing sa RDC, hindi galing sa Local Development Council, kaya sila nakikiusap sa mga congressmen, sa mga senador, tuwing budget deliberation.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Thank you.
There has to be a better check siguro, Secretary Toledo, no? Kasi, kumbaga, sinasabi ni Yusek Bernardo, kung RDC lang approval, makukuha mo naman yan eh. Basically, right, no? Secretary Bernardo, Yusek Bernardo. So, there has to be a better check in terms of yung papasok sa NEP ng mga proyekto, no? And we're here to support these reforms, no? Nais natin makita yung mga reformang ito para yung klase ng mga proyekto mas akma sa pangangailangan ng tao. And I would like to think kung dumaan sa proseso, mas maganda yung kalidad ng mga proyekto kaysa sa naisip na lang sa last minute, no? Pero yung presyo rin, kailangan nasa tamang lugar din. Kasi basically, ang testimonya dito ni Yusek Bernardo, kahit may RDC yan, posible yung presyo, naka-accommodate pa rin dun sa mga porsyentuhan na nakikita natin. So there has to be a better process there. Maybe it's also the timing, no? By a certain date, dapat mas stricto tayo sa budget call or mas stricto tayo sa mga klase ng proyekto. Maybe I've lost my time, no? But Yusek Bernabe, are you undergoing a review of all of the designs of DPWH? Are you doing that now?
Mr. Chair, designs of the
Of all your
infrastructure.
projects, no? In the testimony here sa Blue Ribbon, na-establish na almost all of these projects are over-designed para ma-accommodate yung mga porsyentuhan. No? The actual project cost is actually much less than what your designs have. Are you doing that? Alam ko yung CMPD, ginawa nyo na yan, di ba? But
right.
yung mga disenyo mismo, binabago ba ninyo?
Mr. Chair, I believe we are in the process. Inuna po namin yung CMPD kasi yun po yung pinaka, I think, yun yung padded talaga, no, for overpricing. For the designs, I guess it will take time again. No? Usually po kapag naman mga technical infrastructure, we have consultants to do the designs. But
Okay.
I will check with our
Oh.
Bureau of Design.
For the
Kindly-
record, no, marami na
kindly wrap
akong
up, Senator
marami na akong rekomendasyon and yung pag-check ng mga disenyo, yung CMPD actually nanggaling rin yan sa mga hearings na i-check ng DPWH. You might also need to update that, by the way, kasi 6 na buwan na atang or 5 months na ang lumipas. Posible rin na hindi na rin valid. You should update. Ang CMPD is updated every month ba or every quarter?
Semester, Mr. Chair.
Every semester. So twice a year.
Yes,
Twice a
Mr.
year.
Chair.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Maraming salamat.